Hey everyone, I'm going to do a paint over here. I'll show you how I do it. I should have lightened up these dark spots before I started, but it'll dry fast. So what I do is I want to change this picture. I want to move the tree over and lower the horizon down to here, and put some cool sky back there. I like this picture, but I don't think it would have sold. And this is on a small canvas. These small canvases are really desirable when you're selling. A lot of people have smaller pieces, so you want to make sure you got something on there that's going to sell. When I did this painting, I was kind of improvising and no idea where it was going, so now I got some kind of plan here. If you don't use dark spots first, you could either use gesso. I'm just using a little titanium white, and I'll let it dry for a few minutes. But then these dark spots won't show through. It's acrylic paint. Acrylic's pretty cool. You could go over a painting maybe 2 or 3 times, I think. If you gesso it and then sand it down, you could, even do it more. I've got so many paintings, that's why I'm doing paint. I've got so many that I don't think are going to sell, so I need to, instead of going to buy more canvas, I got plenty of canvases, trust me. I can just paint over them. As my style progresses and I get better, the paints get better, and the ones I did 3 months ago don't look as good as I thought they were. So I go through that quite a bit. I mean, as an artist, you're always progressing. I'm just going to put my horizon in real quick with some green. I'm going to have the tree more right here. I kind of want to have a pathway in here, I think. This is all going to be flowers down here. So this is just the undertone grass. I'm going to put a lot, colors on top of this green. There's going to be a path there. I can make that. I was in Oregon last week. I took a lot of pictures. There's a lot of trees up there in Oregon, man. I think they got just as many as Washington State. I think their scenery is pretty cool because they have a lot of different trees that we have. There's people out there growing grapes everywhere. Vineyards. Everywhere you turn, they're growing grapes. Alright, so I'm going to put the tree out here. I'm going to make the path a little big just to be like super far away, because I'm going to make a big trunk here. I kind of want the tree to be leaning off this way. There we go. Look at that. Wow. I'm painting around my tree sky. I like to put my tree in there and then I'll paint around it, the sky, and it looks so cool. Instead of sky and then putting the tree on top of it, it doesn't look as well. So it's a little harder painting around it, but it looks so much better. That'll give it that white to dry. Let me put the pathway in. That way, I like to put the colors down, and then if I don't like it, I can change it later on. But I'm going to put yellow ochre and burnt umber down just to see what it looks like here. I like that color. I like yellow ochre and burnt umber. If you add yellow to it, you'll get this really golden color. Cool color. I think on a smaller canvas, a simple piece is what you need to do. If I have, like, I had mountains back here and trees and clouds, I think it would be too much for that canvas. So what I'm basically doing is pulling the foreground closer to the viewer, and I'll probably sell. I hope I get to go out and sell in a couple weeks here in Washington. I live in Seattle. We got farmers markets are starting in a couple weeks. I think I'm going to do an orange tree. I really like, I've been, and then really like a reddish orange tree. I think I want to do that again. I'll stick with the bright color. This color here though, this red. I forget what color that was. All right, I'm gonna this is just crimson red. I put a little bit of black in it just to darken it up. I want to have a bunch of leaves on here so I can do some brush work. That's looking cool. I can live with that. Make it one of those trees that hang down, you know, those willow trees. I like those willow trees. They can hang down all the way to the ground. Now that's a cool color. Now when I put that yellow sky around it, wow, it's going to look amazing. Now I'm going to put highlights in that tree. I might as well put a few in now so get a little bit of blending in the tree. Let me find a smaller brush here. Just a little bit of highlights here. There we go. Just that much for now. All right, I'm gonna start the yellow. Now this is really fun. If you've never painted like this before, I'm gonna paint pretty much yellow from here down. I put it like, I want it to be, I'm gonna do like a spiral behind there somehow. So I'm not gonna use yellow. This is the tube, but I'm gonna add a little white to it, just to lighten it up a bit for inside the tree area, like right in here. Look how cool that looks. Looks more like art when you do it this way. A lot of artists will put the sky in first and then put the tree on top of the sky. That's not I mean, it's okay to do it that way, but doing it this way, it looks better. It's more like you painted it, you know. I think my spiral, I'm going to do it on an angle here. Need a bigger brush. There we go. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba. Down the line. That looks so cool, guys. How's it going, Barbara? I see you in there. I'm digging these trees. I'm hoping they sell. Otherwise, I'm doing these for nothing. Sometimes, less is better is what I'm thinking here. That's the whole program on this one. It's a simple tree with a pathway. Maybe a few bushes out here. Maybe I'll leave it green this time, the grass. I don't know, but I'll make some lawn out there. It's a really cool tree. I like that tree. Very artsy. I'm using Windsor blue again with a little green in it and a little white to lighten it up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm not used to working with these vibrant colors, man. You know, when I always wash colors down with white and then it looks so pastel looking, you know. Even my landscapes. This will probably be another painting where I think it looks good, and in 3 weeks I'm going to go like, well, maybe I'll paint over this. That looks so cool. I don't really want to mess it up anymore. I like the style of the brush work in there, and I like it looking like that. It's got just the right amount of yellow around that tree. Just the right amount. This is so cool. I'm going to try and tighten up the horizon though. There we go. Wow. I'm really digging this. I spent the last 2 years doing mountains and stuff like that, evergreen trees. So now it's time for a change. Thanks for the likes, everyone. I appreciate it. I just did a highlight up to this point. I get all these texts now from people want me to do something with my channel here, and I get so many spam messages. I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what's real or what's fake. Now my name is on the line. How could people be so unkind? There we go. Trying to get some different tone in that grass. Did it do, did it do. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna try different style now with this, but I'm gonna actually pull it up instead of stamping it. And maybe I'll get like some long grass effect in there. That's what I'm hoping. I could do wheat, like a wheat field here. I'm gonna try and, but instead of it uh, totally yellow, I'm gonna try and make it like orangey. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is a first attempt here. Now my name is on the line. How can people be so unkind? Ba-ba-da-da-da. I don't think I like the orange. Alright, I kind of like that. Now I'm going to have to use a liner brush to put some detail in there. I think it's going to be fine. It's just going to be a lot of work, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Try a smaller, my small line. I think it's going to look good. I just didn't want to stamp it again, you know, with the more like brush work. Now my name is on the line. How could people get unkind? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's a lot of work, but I think it'll pay off in the long run. I'm going to let it dry and I'll put white highlights in there and some more dark down here at the shadow part here. But I got to let this dry for a little bit. Wow, what am I going to do on the other side? Well, it's only been 36 minutes. I'll leave it green. So what I'm going to do, we'll do like green grass the same way. Let's see if I can accomplish that. I'll start with I do it in rows. Now my name is on the line. How could people be so unkind? I'm really trying to get this fan brush to work, but ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm in love with her and I feel fine. I'm so glad she's my little baby. She's so glad she's telling all the world that my baby's good to me, you know. Happy as can be, you know. She's so. I'm in love with her and I feel fine. Well, seems like this is a lot of work. I think it's going to pay off. It's pretty long grass there. Happy as can be, you know, she said so. Do 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 do. I'm in love with her and I feel fine. Ba-da-ba-ba. Like it. I'm going to take a break from that right now and darken up my road here. Could take my time and pull this grass up and make it look really straight, but I think I'm going to end up putting flowers back here. She's so glad she's telling all the world. Wow, I'm really digging this. I think this is where the light's going to be hitting on this side here, if any light at all. Man, that looks so sweet. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is my masterpiece right here. Today I got a show. I got to be at Lisa's at 3. So I thought I'd paint one before I did our show. I'm really digging this one. I don't want to put flowers back there, so I'm just going to continue with the short grass. Really grass back there. That's going to have to work. I'm not trying to create this on the fly here. Yeah, I didn't want to just leave it flat like this down here. I wanted work in here. Almost looks like corn stalk. do 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 do. I'm so glad she's my little girl. Right. I think I'm done with the field. That was just a quick way to do that grass. I've never done it that way. It's like I could take my time and really make those blades look a little better, but I think this is the painting. Let's throw a bird up there, but kind of small. I'm a small bird, maybe a couple right here, really small. Like you'd have to look hard to see them. But I think they're going to show up real easy on this yellow. There we go. Just barely noticeable. I'm so glad. I kind of dig it. I kind of want to put some more, a little more yellow in the, that's it. No clouds. I don't think I'm going to give it any clouds. Once I square it off, it'll look good. Once I crop it. I heard somewhere that these square paintings sell really good. I think that's a 12 by 12. Let me check. 14 by 14. Thanks for coming back to watch. I'm probably done here. Hey Ed, how's it going? Yeah, I actually painted everything in today. I didn't do any stamping or it was all brushwork. I mean, I like the I'm trying to get from the stamping effect. It works, but when the painting dries, it looks kind of cheesy. Let me show you. So keep that in mind. Like when you just stamp it on there, see how it kind of just sets on top there. It's not mixed in. I'm trying to get away from this kind of highlighting and blend it in there while it's wet, you know. Or brush it on instead of stamping it. Because this painting I painted over, but it was good, but it had some of that highlighting in it I didn't like. You know what I'm going to put in here, guys? It's been an hour. I think I could do it in the next 10 minutes. I want to put a scarecrow out there somewhere. Not really big, just like of a scarecrow out in the trees there. It's country living. I forgot all about those scarecrows. I kind of found a nice silhouette of one here. Alright, I'm going to put just like a scarecrow in, like dark color. I think it's in the shadow. It's like it needs to go on this side. This side more like a corn or wheat field. I think I'll start with gray and then it's not going to be very big. I'm so glad. There we go. Nice scarecrow out there. That was the final piece to the puzzle. I'm going to eat some lunch, and I think I have time to do one more. I don't have to be to Lisa's till 3. I got 2 hours. I'm going to find another painting this size that I can paint over, because I just put a bunch of fresh paint out. I need to do another painting like this, so I got a big show coming up. I want to have small ones available. There we go. That's much better than stamping the color in there. Alright, I'll be back, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone. I like the scarecrow.